Hey everyone, Wander here, and welcome to Hellclock, or welcome back to it if you caught my previous coverage. I'm checking it out again because the Cursed War DLC just dropped that adds, I guess I'm going to say kind of sort of seasonal content. It's effectively mutators that you can add to save files that switches the game around in interesting ways. Ooh. Removes the pressure of the Hellclock timer. Don't care about that. Journeys, here we go. Okay, so journeys are the new mechanic. One of the main things is being added to the game. Unfortunately, they're only available if you start a new save file, hence why I'm starting over. But they are effectively random mutators that will affect your whole campaign and have bonuses, prizes, rewards, but also new things for difficulty and whatnot. So this is Journey of Nightmares. Let Tiriri guide you through dangerous nightmares. Ominous nightmare portals might appear anywhere, taking you to a twisted version of the next dungeon floor. Unravel the nightmares within to receive your choice of dozens of new nightmare relics. So that should be fun. And so there are other things. I really got to finish the campaign mode. Right. Speaking of, campaign mode also is much easier to get through, so you can unlock Ascension mode and not have to worry about things. We're not going to be doing hardcore, and I'm not going to be messing around with veteran. The game normally operates off of a clock system, but I actually like it. I'll keep the pause on. Vengeance mode, more powerful after every failed run. I'll keep it on. And I'm going to start with every skill unlocked, just because not all skills are made equal, and I want to play around with them. So this is a work of fiction based on real events from the Canudos Massacre, which I actually think is really neat. Just the idea of games that are built on kind of mythological retellings of like real events. Sometimes it's not as interesting than others, but like, I'd never heard of the Canudos Massacre beforehand, and now that I have, it's like, oh yeah, that's, I don't want to say, you know, it's nice to be educated about things and histories that I've never heard of. However, I will say I'm probably going to skip past a lot of the story, at least for this video. I've been through it in the past, and you know, I don't know, I think I'll appreciate it on my... Alright, I have to shoot this guy. Talk to the lady, shoot the lady, skip. Perfect. Onwards. The consular's house. How is it possible that I'm here? So I'm pretty sure I can't do anything until we actually do a regular run. It's fine. Let's see. Okay, so Hellclock is a time, like a speedrun roguelite, which means I have a limited amount of time to, let's see, I have a limited amount of time to do this run, after which the clock will run out, and then I get kicked back to the very beginning. Skill speed lets me fire faster. Crit chance could be kind of useful, and just 20% extra damage is also nice. Oh, interesting. Skill speed might come with crit damage as well. Let's just go for the speed for now. We do actually have to worry about resources, but it's not that important. But yeah, so just racing the clock. There are ways to boost the clock, but I don't have access to most of those at the moment. Apart from, I think, beating bosses. Beating bosses usually gives you extra time. And I think we're going to have plenty of time to do so. Quick trigger, more skill speed. I'm going to have to reduce the cost, though, because, oh boy. The shot I'm using is it's like a single shot, but it splits. So if it hits an enemy, or no, actually, maybe it is just a regular triple shot. All right, I thought it was one of those that would like fragment out. Let's see. Thing of speed, perfect. I really like this game. I like the idea of playing around with ARPGs and actually making them unique. I can't tell you how many different ARPGs I've played over the last X number of years that's just, hey, but what if it's Diablo again? And I gotta tell you, I'm just so bored of games that are just, hey, this thing that you like that is still viable and playable and available. We remade it, but not as good. Let's see, Blade Horde. Oh, we've unlocked more abilities. So Blade Horde is this, so I now have kind of like a knife aura that will blast things nearby. It's good. Oh. Okay, dash distance by 30%, so that's pretty good. Let's see. I think a lot of it just boils down to the fact that, like, you know, if Grim Dawn exists, if Path of Exile exists, if Diablo 2, 3, and 4 all exist and are readily available, I don't really want more games that are just trying to be them again. I think that kind of thing worked really well back in the day, because, like, whatever game that is being kind of remade, well, the last iteration of it was a whole console generation ago, so you can kind of get away with making a new iteration of it. Doesn't work so well in this kind of era of perpetual now, where every game literally just, like, exists in perpetuity, many of which as live service products, that it makes my desire to, like, engage with new products that aren't trying to be ambitious, creative, not ambitious. Oh, first boss? First boss or mid boss? Not entirely sure. Let's see. Games that aren't trying to be ambitious or creative just can't hold my attention. Easy example of this would be like roguelike deck builders and like anything vaguely akin to like anything akin to Slay the Spire Vampire Survivors. Any games in those specific genres are especially rough because I think they're too easy to make. And so the lower barrier for entry does not, makes it actually really easy for people to dive into. Okay, dash speed, skill speed, crit chance. I guess I'll go for the crit chance. If you notice, I'm picking up these, like, trinkets of life. I don't know if those are, like... I don't actually know if those are things I bring with me out of the run. Knife generation and throw speed. Let's grab that. I think they're passives that get added to my setup. Oh, time is frozen. We can actually check. Inventory, blessings, relics, character, gear. Yeah, so the trinkets are these. These are little passive effects that stack up, giving me extra like crit chance and damage. And I think eventually I'll like swap them in and out. But I think these are all lost when I start over. It's the relics. These are permanent ones, but I don't have those at the moment. So what can we do? Increase my fire damage, lightning damage, plague damage, increase my life, increase my move speed. Can't afford anything better anyway. Or maybe I could have. It's fine. Okay, so at this point, now I can just lose if I want to, but we're not going to. We're going to make it as far as we possibly can. I'm not wasting my opportunities for progression. But yeah, so an ARPG that, I mean, yes, I know Path of Exile is supposed to be very speedrunny once you hit the end game. Ooh. Yeah, that Path of Exile is supposed to be speedrunning to begin with. Right, there's a lot of these guys. They're not too dangerous, though, which is a boon. Oh. I need to get my mana regen up. This is one of the big ones. Mana regen and or reduce the energy cost of my split shot. Okay, knife generation, throw speed, dash speed. Yeah, so that just means that I spam knives out that much faster. Which I should remember to actually use the knives. They're quite good. Okay. Do have healing potions, do have another shrine, might as well activate it. Attack speed 15%. Okay, fine. I'm nothing if not an egregious fellow when it comes to these things. Do we have anything else? No. Anyway, yeah. So, I like the idea of a roguelike that is actively trying to emulate kind of the end game of Path of Exile, but without any of the limitations and some, like, fun roguelike-y mechanics. Right from the get-go. As opposed to, you know, making you slog through a much slower, longer campaign. And also, maybe part of it is I'm just somebody who has tried to get into Path of Exile like a gazillion times and it just doesn't stick. And maybe it's one of those that I just need to put the time in off camera or record a full single series on it and just like stick it through. Because I think one of my problems is I'd always get like part way through. I think I get to my like advanced class and then just lose steam. It certainly feels like I'm going faster. And like maybe I just need to put some time and effort into it. I like playing ARPGs with other players. Anytime a game is designed to be multiplayer, I want to play it multiplayer, even if it's a bad idea. And so having one of these games that is not multiplayer makes it really easy, because then I can just be like, all right, this is the intended way to play the game. I know solo is also the intended way to play Path of Exile. The multiplayer is kind of bonus. Maybe not Path of Exile 2. Let's see. Grab another one of these. Life, physical damage, crit chance. Probably just physical damage. Unfortunately, we're not getting the best of those. I could probably re-roll them and hope for a better rarity, but I don't know. I don't think it really matters that deeply. Okay, do we have... Well, we had something there. Yeah, any of the marked mid-bosses, crit chance or damage? Let's go for the damage. Any of the marked mid-bosses on the map will drop soul stones for us. So we kind of want to gun for them above all else. They also give me extra time, which is also good. Considering, you know, I have a limited amount of that. I feel like this is one of those games that you could actually take like a lot of the core mechanics and then apply them to different settings. Here I am talking about, like, you don't need to reinvent the wheel, but also, like, I would love to see this. I would love to see these mechanics maybe expressed in a couple of different ways. That's a movement speed. Okay, I don't think we have anything else. And unfortunately, my AoE abilities are pretty limited. Pop this open, grab all the gold. Okay, we have that side chamber, but I think I'm mostly just going to focus on getting ahead. I'd like to get to the next biome, at which point I'm probably going to get my ass handed to me, because the game has a pretty hefty, like, difficulty jump. Bleed chance physical is kind of tempting, but attack speed. I'm going to have no mana. That's a problem. Alright. May I be damned that the devil is truly alive. He's a greed man. Oh, we get like a little cutscene for what this guy is up to. Yeah, so I think the entire deal with this, the merchant, he robbed us and wrought our downfall. Oh, I forget the story on this one. Okay, oh, her stacks. Life is low, use a potion. There we go. Just gonna kind of hang back. Unfortunately, a little tougher if I'm just hitting him in melee. I'm not that durable. I'm not even going to try and paraphrase the story of exactly what happened with all of this. But, let's see. Ooh. Carcera Dive gains a charge and instantly recovers cooldown if it hits an enemy. Converts split shot into a single bullet that does physical damage equal to 143% of the original damage multiplied by its current projectile amount, pierces additional enemies, or Salada throws 3 traps in an arc instead of 1, but its mana cost is increased. Remember what this one is? I don't think I know either of those. I could re-roll, but I like the blunderbuss one. So I think I'm going to snag that. And then we go to the next floor. Ooh, and the soulstones are much better around here. Literally double what we had in the other one. Okay, whenever you ignite an enemy, gain a stack of Liberate us for 2 seconds, max 4. Each stack. Ooh. Yeah, that's extremely good. That's, in fact, what I was hoping this would have. Because, yeah, one of my, like, lasting, I don't want to say, concerns with a lot of games nowadays is just, like, is the build variety actually variety? I think they made Act 2 easier, which makes sense. I think their goal was to get you to the end game faster, which is good. I don't feel like forcing players to, like, really slog through an ARPG campaign. Is it worth it? I don't know. That's a tough one, actually. Because, like, I liked slogging through Diablo 2 when I was younger. But I think a lot of that was because it didn't have a real endgame. It did, but it didn't matter. Oop. Okay, this is one of the nightmare portals. I wonder if that... It feels like it might have been trying to hoover me in. I want to go in there, but I don't want to go in there yet. We've got this thing that I want to interact with. Crit chance, lightning, physical damage. I'll take the physical damage. Then that's the portal out of here. But we've also got this, and I want to see if there's anything here. There's a treasure chest, at the very least. I gotta get myself some bonus mana, but that's fine. Let's give it a shot. Nightmare portal, new thing. Okay, defeat enemies on this floor. Well, that's easy. So, lower chance to find potions. Enemies are faster. Enemies do more plague damage. Okay. Well, there's the plague damage. I'll just have to keep my distance. Pool of tinkering. Yeah, there was a little treasure golem there. I'm actually surprised it stuck around. Usually those things just bail on me. Okay, let's go down here, clear this out. Despite my mana issues, we seem to be doing fine. I think it's because the triple shot may or may not automatically default to regular attack if it's out of juice. Could be wrong. Alright. And not too many enemies. And unfortunately, gold doesn't mean anything to me outside of the runs. I think it's just the soul stones. Which is fine. Deadly aim, 10% crit chance, fine. I want to spec into the daggers, but I think I would prefer to do that. Okay, there's some extra time, which we desperately need because we're running out. I think I want to go do a run with the daggers if I only have 2 moves equipped. Okay, so you seem to be the actual boss. Whoop. Only got a minute to take him out, which means to some degree the best thing I can possibly do is to just burn him down regardless. Okay, got him toasted. Just 20% more damage, 20% more damage, 40% more damage. Hell yeah. What do we get? Ooh, double knives damage. This is spectral knives. Double knives is like a rotating spin. Damage increased by 14% of your movement speed and converted to lightning. Additionally, critical hits with double knives triggers an electric wave. I really like that one. Fader Slash or Veil Quill. I think I'm going to go for Tempest because that seems like that's going to be amazing. Get a bunch of goodies. Okay, I'm digging the Unravel the Nightmare. These new features actually feel really good to me. 30% more physical damage? Sure. I'm just gonna lean into damage since Act 2 hurt. Ooh, 10th floor. Okay, fight for survival. This is where I usually lose. Let's see if they made it easier. Oh, and we're paused in this, so we don't have to worry about how long it takes. That's appreciated. But yeah, previously you had to do a fair bit of like stat grinding to be able to clear Act 2 comfortably. Otherwise, like, you could very much feel the stat inflation from one act to the next. Looks like they've flattened it out in a really good way. To the point where, I mean, like, I've always wanted to play through the rest of this game, but I finally feel like, no, now I definitely can. Okay, I do want to take this thing seriously, because it does hurt. Never mind, it doesn't hurt that much. Still hurts, just, it's achievably killable. Okay. Got it, and we're good. I gotta remember I don't have to be clicking constantly. Skill speed, dash speed, area of effect. Actually redraw these, see if we can get something better. Reduce cooldown on the dash is actually very good. And you can use the dash offensively. I'm pretty sure if you wanted to go for like a really hard just like dash through enemies and do damage, it is very much something you can do. Ah, damn. I was thinking I needed to drink a potion, but I thought I could take another hit or two. It's fine. We got a lot of stuff. Okay, we didn't get that much stuff. We got some good stuff, though. And that was just the start. They did a really good job with these, like, animated cutscenes, too. You know, maybe that's it. Oh. Let's see. Yeah, so the merchant deceives our people, withholding what rightfully belongs to us. Okay. Had not that scoundrel shortened his journey a long time ago? Must seek retribution. Yeah, we're like diving into hell to find all the people that effectively caused like a big massacre. So buy the recommended gun. Blessing gear went directly into your inventory. They're permanent, will remain equipped between runs. Bring soul stones to Zhao Abade to acquire more blessed gear. So that boosts my base damage by 200. I don't know if I want to grab the old ring, maybe. Okay, so we also have the Great Bell in the church. Go and have a look. I've got a couple of things that I can equip.
A grande seca matou o pasto.
Ah, this is the backstory. I'll keep it.
Vaqueiros. Centenas de milhares vagaram sem rumo pelos caminhos do sertão. Canudo surgiu como uma luz de esperança para o povo que insistia em acreditar na misericórdia divina. Do Monte Santo fluiu leite e brotou o milho que alimentaram o rebanho do nosso Senhor. Mas aqueles que poderiam mudar alguma coisa em sua vilania viram na desgraça alheia uma maneira sórdida de continuar prosperando. A ganância do ouro. O anticristo estava sedento por sangue. Com seu ouro, seu ferro e seu fogo, banharam o Monte Santo com o sangue do trabalhador sertanejo. Mesmo os velhos, mulheres e crianças não foram poupados do massacre. E como um ritual demoníaco, mutilaram meu corpo para aprisionar a minha alma. Pois enquanto houvesse esperança no coração dos sertanejos, temiam que Canudos pudesse renascer. Meu filho, A nossa história está viva no resto do grande sino de Canudos. Você precisa restaurar o nosso legado. Todos precisam saber sobre o que de fato aconteceu em Canudos.
Anyway, here's the big meta progression talent tree. So, oh, right, soulstones, we don't spend here. We just get them as talent points. So now we can spend them on things. So I can increase my max health. Mana converts, conviction per mana spent. Temp shield that protects you from damage, but decays over time. Kind of useful. Trinket drop chance. Life potion regen. Potion capacity. Hellclock timer increased, which is really good. Red portal has a chance to spawn to known floors. Skip previously explored areas. Provides a boon enhancing golden experience gain. Soulstone gain. Starts the dungeon with a lot of gold. Gold gain. Bonus gear drop chance. There's a lot of good things in here. And I don't know which I want to go for. Honestly, we might want to just go down. Well, okay, maybe not down. Yeah, get the extra time, get the extra soul stones. Oh, I'm going to have to put several into that one. Or do I? Well. I want extra relic capacity. Though we'll get more of these as we go along. Okay, reliquary. So these are permanent modifiers, the modifiers that I can put onto me. So let's grab Tempest, because that's going to be fun. Powerful, drastically change your build. Check on the reliquary when you get into one. So each of these changes how each of my abilities works. Definitely that. Bonus lightning damage seems really good. Can I not rotate? Guess not. Well, I'm just going to slap these on. So that does mean we're going to go for a different build. Okay. Free node. Oh, that one. Move the learn skill down so I could go here if I wanted to. Get more soul stones to learn new skills. So we've unlocked all of them so I can play around. Some of them seem like they'd actually be really fun, but I'm gonna leave it. Where's double knives? Here we go. This is a strategy? Okay. This costs mana. This does not. This also, okay. So we do have to worry about mana a little bit, but the basic attack costs nothing, so sure. We're going to take off repeater. Do I want to get rid of Shadow Dash? Not really. It's tempting, but I shouldn't. I think I'm going to leave it for now. No, I'm not. All right, let's do this. So the reason why I want to have a less equipped is every time I level up, I get a choice of perks. If I only have 2 skills equipped, all of those perks are going in. The only thing I'm going to need to do is increase my movement speed, otherwise I'm in trouble. Okay, I think this is just dialogue flavor. Yeah. Okay, let's see. So what else do we have? So that's the skill book. That's the reliquary. Ah, so we got some more things I can do. So this is just a random relic with stats. How much do I have left? 736. Yeah, let's just get the old ring. I maybe should have gotten the wooden amulet for the extra mana, but it's fine. Journey of Nightmares. Oh, here we go. Complete 3 Nightmare Portal events. Defeat the Head Cutter, Minister of War, Nina's Monster, Memory level 30, and upgrade a relic to max rank. And it'll give me a bunch of rewards. And then there's ones for later chapters. Alright. Alright, so unlike the last run, we don't have gun now. We're carrying the gun, we're not using the gun. Now I've just got auto dagger and spin. Okay, so I can increase the duration. Epic or rare? Definitely this one. Yeah, first time I did this, I did not realize the spin was a spin. And so I would just like do a quick slash with it. And I was like, this kind of sucks. And then I realized, oh, hold it down, you dingus. Okay, so the one problem with this is I am going to be very vulnerable. for a little while. Let's see. Magic, damage. But I can't just blender mana thing. Ooh. Area of effect on both of these is good. I think I prefer the knives because the knives let me move full speed. And so, all things being equal, we're using knives if I can. I mean, I'm using knives for both of them, but spectral knives when and where possible. Because if I can get that duration up, or if I can get the cooldown down, I can actually have it go perpetually. That 40% already did most of the work. Double knives have a life leech. Oh, well, okay. That might switch some things. Because, yeah, being able to just lifesteal with my spin would be really good in a lot of cases. And there's a world where I could potentially try and do the knife aura. Physical damage? Oh. Oh, interesting. Adds to pool higher tier versions of it, but removes the base one. Oh, that's different. Unfortunately, we do lightning damage with this, don't we? But I think I'm going to boost my life. Okay, fight for survival against random enemy waves. Unfortunately, no gun means I actually do have to kind of run around here a little bit. That's fine. Yeah, the extra AoE on the spin might have been really good. We'll get other opportunities. It's not really that big of a deal. Okay. Then there's Big Bad, and he's dead. Area of effect on Vast Whirlwind? Sure. Increase the duration on the knives? Yes. Okay, so now, if I'm not at 100% uptime, I'm getting really close. Life regen 3%. I actually really like that kind of progression system. Previously, I was like re-rolling for rare upgrades, but knowing that it don't work like that actually helps a lot. So we do want to reduce my knife generation speed. Okay, got a treasure chest over here, and I think these link together, so we'll just kind of loop back around. Maybe we should have gone the other direction. It's fine. He came to me anyway. Okay, Shrine of Learning. Which I'm assuming is just bonus experience for a short period of time. Skill speed, area of effects. The reason why I want the area of effect on the knives is so that it covers the whole dang screen. Because if I can have it with 100% uptime and a ton of knives just being generated, I could potentially just sprint through rooms and watch as things just melt before me. Potion capacity, crit chance is a little tempting. I'm going to go for the mana, because I desperately need mana regen. I do and I don't. The knife aura is actually extremely efficient, from what I remember. Okay, oh, that's some kind of bonus portal. Then whatever's in here. Looks like just more enemies. And I am zooming. Not fast enough, though. Okay. Grab, kill, and spin. Grab all the trinkets. We don't want to go in there yet. Or do we? I know, that one's tough. I want to find as many of those statues as possible. Even if this does cost me a chunk of... Oh yeah, it's barely a backtrack. Okay, life on kill, cooldown speed, crit chance. Oh, removes the other ones from the pool. That's actually really interesting. I guess I'll go for the crit chance. I was not aware that this was as limiting as it is. I'm not even thinking about what's in here. Enemies have life regen. Yeah, that's fine. Enemies have life and do more damage. That's all fine. That's not a problem for me. Okay, movement speed during spin plus 18%. That is one of the issues with spin. Is that it does slow me down. Feels like there's a lot more like mid-bossy enemies in here. Maybe? Maybe not. No, actually it just the floor is just really front-loaded. That's the answer. Okay, get the Shrine of Aptitude, which seems to just be cooldown reduction. Legion of Gore. And yeah, I've got lifesteal for my spin. Which puts me in a good spot. Skill speed, increased duration. Increased duration is tempting, but... Okay. Extra damage to enemies that are stunned, withered, or taunted. I think I'm gonna snag that. Got a bunch of stuff. Also things that I don't recognize or know of. Oh, that's fine. Alright. Are we good? I think we're good. The other thing I'm really digging about this is the music, the guitar. I know it's... mana regen? Mana regen. I know the music is fairly traditional, from what I know. And obviously, that's a good thing. But my favorite music from Diablo 2 was this stuff with the guitar. The, like, really mournful, just guitar strumming. Get wrecked. That was so fast. Okay. Holy Fire throws 4 additional projectiles. Yeah. This is a build I wanted to roll previous iterations of this. And, glad to get the opportunity to. Or did it zoom in somehow? Maybe. Okay, so we kind of want to just rush through all of this. Okay, movement speed, mana. Well, definitely move speed. Interesting. Oh, there's a chest in the other one. I guess I'll go grab it. Okay, the one problem with like going too fast is I'm not going to be able to buy some of the stat ups. Maybe that's fine. What does a fragment of locksmithing do? I have no idea. Oh. Interesting. Oh. So, I always have the knives active. Activating the ability just makes it that much more knifey. And have anybody over here? It's like these two guys. Well, this is a waste. Because, yeah, I was wondering why I had a bunch of these knives just active. There's our answer. So, oh, Shrine of Aptitude is just cooldown speed. Go here. What was I gonna say? I don't know, just I really like mournful strumming as like a background music. I should see if there are any bands that like actively try to evoke the same music as this and Tristram and whatnot. So I can just increase my mana. What do I lose? So this is going to be the mana shield. This would remove crit chance and crit damage. Just go crit chance. I like the fact that I have to be selective with those to know like which ones I'm getting rid of and not. But anything. And just music, video game music and strumming and whatnot. I don't really have a whole lot of aspirations to be like a big musician, but I feel like it would be kind of interesting eventually to get to the point where I have like a recording studio and can very lightly just record music, not to be like big fancy. This is really tempting, but no, we're just gonna go for Vast Whirlwind, because if I could get this spin to be screen sized, that also solves a lot of my problems. Get spun. Okay. So these are just random. So yeah, we want this one. Boost my base damage. Well, like, what was I gonna say? I probably want to learn acoustic guitar out of like any instrument. One, because I already have years ago. I'd have to relearn. But it just feels like that would be a very versatile instrument to learn. You know, in retrospect, skill speed on the spin might actually be insane. I'll think about it. But yeah, I don't know. And then also I could just make music of me just like strumming mournfully and then mix in some other instruments to make it sound kind of eerie. But then again, who knows? Maybe there's somebody that actually exists out there that does this exact kind of music and you can just go listen to it instead. I found in this era of Spotify and algorithmic suggestion and whatnot, I'm actually having a harder time finding music than I used to. That I think a lot of music, well, one, I think it's because there's a lot of systems that are actively, there's a lot of people that are figuring out how to like tweak their content in such a way that like it appeals on an algorithmic level. Not to people, but to algorithms. And so whatever, you know, does that gets promoted more. This doesn't just apply to music. This is like everything. And I think that kind of general sadness with that is like, I actually find I'm listening to more of kind of the same music than I always do. Ooh, repeater does more damage. Cut now. Marksman skills do more damage. No. Whenever you unite an enemy, gain a stack of Libertas. I think I'm gonna grab that one. Want to go into the portal? I want to grab the money. Let's see. Unfortunately, my spinning is too loud for you, Shell. But yeah, Shell was trying to say something across the room, and I am spinning too loud. That's a weird thing to say. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just finding myself like going back to stuff that I've listened to like a bunch of times, because at least I know it's good. I know it's real. Like, one of my other problems with a lot of algorithm and like algorithmic promotion, like I'll throw on like I have YouTube music and I'll just let it run, and I will notice it does just start giving me a bunch of AI generated music after a certain point. I'm like, nope, block that person, block that person, block that. It's just unceasing and frustrating. Let's go for the knife for generation time, because we want to be able to just like blitz knives out. Grab more of these. That, and I'm also finding a lot of like video games with fantastic soundtracks that I'm just adding to my long-term repertoire. Okay. Madera to physical damage with increased damage, no damage over time effect. Shadow Dash has a chance to recover cooldown in use. All of these are kind of good, actually. I think I'm going to go for the Shadow Dash one. That one has some interesting potential. Okay. Yeah, spinning doesn't really feel like it's holding me back too much, which is good. Exactly what I was hoping for. I remember when I was a kid, I could just walk into the local music stores. I know this still exists in certain places, but it's less common now. But they'd have like the kind of grody looking headphones that have been worn by like way too many people and washed never. But then they just have like this massive thing of like, here's, you know, all the CDs that we have in our, you know, for purchase. And you just flick down through a bunch of them and it's like, oh, hey, you know, Flogging Molly. I've never heard of them before. That's a weird band name. Oh shit, they're really good. Somebody out there is probably like, Flogging Molly mentioned. Yeah. Let's redraw. We can do better than that. Or not. Let's just go raw damage. I didn't actually find Flogging Molly from a music store. It was actually... I have a lot of cousins, and most of them are older than me, and we were doing some kind of gift exchange thing, and I don't remember what I got my cousin, but he got me Real Big Fish, which I did not like, and I don't know if I like them. I'd have to go back and give them another shot. I think I'm just going to go for the physical damage. Get that up. But, yeah, he gave Drunken Lullabies from Flogging Molly as, like, one of the 2 CDs. And that was really freaking good. I still like listening to them. Ooh. I've never actually fought the Matriarch before. Up until this point, I would just get killed here. I might still get killed here. The point is I've got lifesteal, so hopefully I can kind of just spin through it. So far I seem to be spinning through it pretty dang well, actually. Get spun. Could use some movement speed so I could like dodge stuff, but I don't know. The wretched man from Canudos. Okay, did not have the delight of severing the head of that lunatic you call Counselor, but I'm satisfied knowing my army has decapitated that scoundrel. Headcutter, I thought I'd rid myself of you, Hellhound. Okay, Silver Bullets, max conviction on kill. All marksman skills drain 10% of current conviction on use. We also just have... Oh, Shadow Dash has no cooldown, no mana cost, but drains life when activated. I'm gonna re-roll and see if I can find something else. Ooh. Let's go with Crown of Thorns. I'll just go for the knife throw and generation speed. Spin damage might actually be better. Hard to say on that one. Okay, so I've never been this far. But this might be... No. I do really appreciate this. One of my biggest pet peeves with roguelites is that a lot of them just have like really rigid grind walls that you have to clear before you can even have a chance at winning. That just feels bad. I don't mind it being hard, but I do kind of prefer it if I have a chance at winning. Unless it's like super clearly an incremental game pretending to be a roguelite. At which point then I don't mind, because the dopamine is just like quick short runs to get a bunch of upgrades. Because that can also feel good. It's when it's definitely supposed to be a roguelike with meta progression, but the meta progression is like necessary to win. Heals life on kill. Heals life when you hit elites. Yeah, I think we want this one. Expensive. Still haven't found another shadow portal. Well, let down. I want to dive into a couple of those. They're pretty good. Okay. Yeah, so I can pretty much have this going non-stop. Which feels really good to me. Okay, crit chance 30%. I think we want that. Because once again, we do a lightning proc on my... Oop, on this one every time I crit, so we want to just lean into that. Fight for survival, you say? Come at me faster. And in greater quantities. They were insufficient for my appetite for destruction. You know, this rips. I legitimately thought this was going to only be like a minor increase from the last time. I liked the base version of this game, you know, when it did originally come out. But, you know, it still did just feel like it had some limitations. This just feels fantastic. Okay, except for this guy. This guy sucks. I don't have the mana regen to deal with him comfortably. I do have the life regen, though. Get knifed. Oh! Got hit by all of those simultaneously. That's fair. I'm perfectly fine with getting wrecked there. We get a lot of good stuff. Oh, deal 7 million, damage 770,777 damage in a single run. That's fun. Okay. So Blessed Gear Stash. All unequipped Blessed Gear is sent here, where you can manage your equipment and recycle what you no longer need. Create up to 3 distinct loadouts. Oh. But that's... I bet Blessed Gear gets more interesting later. Because right now that was nothing. Okay, found a tool. Clockmaker's tools are powerful crafting items, allow you to modify the power and behavior of your relics. Can be upgraded to be more powerful. Thing is, does not work on uniques. Oh no, they can be upgraded. That's pretty good, actually. Okay, locks a random affix on the relic. Locked affixes cannot be removed or replaced with any tool. Ooh. Upgrades a magic relic, transforming it into a rare. Common into a magic. Replaces an affix chosen at random with a different one. And then discipline. Imbues a relic with an implicit discipline affix. If the relic already had an imbued implicit, it replaces it. Huh. Yeah, it seems pretty good. Let's see. And I can also quick recycle a bunch of things. So these grand relics are not really what I want. They're too big. Okay, that one might be good. Okay, split shot does more damage, costs more mana. Melee damage against enemies that are stunned and withered. Whenever you ignite an enemy, gain a stack of Libratus for 2 seconds, max 4. Each stack, split shot gains more projectiles. Oh. Okay, I might have to go back to split shot. Because some of these seem like they're going to be really fun to play with. Okay. Blessed Gear Stash. Workshop. What do we have? That's not better than I've got. Roll info, crit chance. No. What I've got is better. So this would just get me a poem that was never recited. But we don't need that either. Okay. I've got 9 points to spend on something. Oh. I mean, Soulstone gain, sure. Actually, let's undo that. There's probably other stuff that I want to grab more. So Red Portal lets me skip things, which is good. Because that saves me big time. Yeah, reduces upgrade cost. Conviction. Flat life would be good. Second wind, passive that protects you on death. Cooldown, I mean, that's pretty good. Max skill level. And more relic space. Let's see. Reduces the cost to upgrade relics. Oh. Beat Act 3. Oh, to unlock. So is this locked? Yeah. This is not. So we can actually go down. Yeah, so we're just going to rush down this thing. Because I want as many relic slots as I can possibly get. So what do we want to do? Extra melee damage against stunned enemies. Stunned, withered, or taunted. I did really like Tempest. That was fun. Well, let's maybe stick with that. I'm going to throw in the Assassin Dagger since I've got space. Yeah, I've got a couple of these. So let's just boost them. Okay. That one's got the mana regeneration. Oh, but this one... What? Oh. That sucks. That's not what I wanted. Well, let's try this one. Hey, there we go. Flat bonus to physical damage. Plague damage. Okay, so some of these I'm going to have to reroll. Okay, so I'm going to cycle these. Yeah, because I can... Ooh, life on kill. That's not what I want. But I'm not using it anyway, so we're not even going to think about it. Okay. And this one's kind of a stinker. I'm just going to reroll a couple of times. Bonus trigger... Okay, I'll keep that. All right, last thing I can do. Upgrade these. Yeah, it gives some points. How much does it cost? $200 and $1,000. Okay, so it gets more expensive as you go up there. Still worth it. Okay, skill book. I'm gonna swap this out. It wasn't amazing. We're just gonna do Shadow Dash. Look, man, sometimes you just want to spin. So just to go over, so we get extra mana, tons of lightning damage experience, lightning resistance, extra. I guess this is kind of meaningless. Stunned, withered, or taunted. We do stun enemies every once in a while. Okay, that should be fine. Okay. Damage area effect, dash speed. Go for that. Because, yeah, this actually does do damage. Dash very quickly, dealing damage area. Oh. Am I just going to be doing a ton of damage with my dash? Maybe. There's options. But yeah, being able to combine these two should be really fun to play around with. As it's going to save me, you know, just like a fraction of a second here and there. Okay. Sadly, I think we've come to the end of our time. It's getting kind of late. And much as I'd like to do another run, maybe I'll leave that for another episode. I really need to... Ooh, yarsh. It is just going to push me to do dashes, isn't it? Hey, look. If I'm just spamming dash to, like, just hyper speed through things, it costs almost nothing. It could be worse. Okay, we've got, like, a couple of these guys, but it's not worth it. What was I going to say about anything? I guess first and foremost is that Hellclock is available on Steam. Absolutely fantastic spin on ARPGs. Also kind of roguelike. Dash speed, damage. Well, speed and AoE. Perfect. But yeah, fantastic take on ARPGs. Fantastic take on combining ARPGs with roguelike mechanics. Even if the roguelike progression is mostly small percentile, it reminds me a lot of Deep Rock Galactic Survivor in a very, very good way. Let's go crit chance. See if I can get those crit chance bonuses so I can get the lightning spin. I was going to say about anything. But yeah, I think it's a lot of fun. If you like Path of Exile and you want like a slightly different flavor, or if you want to like games like Path of Exile, but you can't handle just how grindy it is, just how dense it is, how long it is, or whatever, this is a much more like satisfying bite-sized experience. And also a different flavor. I mean, the historical fantasy, like accurate, well, not accurate, semi-accurate, like the Canudos massacre is like a real thing that happened and is like awful. And I think it's fascinating to have that as like a framing element for a video game, let alone a game this good. Double knives have life leech. Oh, you tempt me. Yeah, I think this is just an absolutely fantastic game and I want to see more from it. I know a lot of people are kind of on the, well, I know a number of people are probably going to be on the DLC because it's like $10 to add Act 4. But on the flip side, like I paid that much. Well, I paid way more than that back in the day for Throne of Baal. And admittedly, like, different caliber, question mark, but for like a very promising small indie take on like ARPGs and whatnot, this is fantastic and just genuinely is worth the money. If not now, then definitely later on sale. I believe the base game is on sale, so if you don't want to pick up the DLC, but you do want to try the game yourselves, just follow the link in the description below. Give it a shot and have some fun with it, because I really love all the different abilities. I love min-maxing them to heck. And also all of the relics that you can kind of use to pre-min-max your run and add extra interesting modifiers and whatnot. It just makes for a very satisfying and interesting experience. And one that pulls me in hard. And really makes me wonder what the, you know, what the end game truly looks like on this one, because like, I already feel like I'm pretty ridiculous. What's it like when it's 4? I don't know. But I do appreciate that the DLC stuff, most DLC, the seasonal content, doesn't seem like it's overly intrusive. I mean, I guess go figure, why would it be? And yes, I know there was a portal back there. I know it's time wasteful, maybe I shouldn't, but I do like clearing out the levels before I go back through. We've kind of got the time for it. At least as of yet, I haven't run out of time. I've died every single time. Yeah, I just want to snag this. Then we go back. Let's get the movement speed. And go. So, I guess with all of this said, if you like this video in any way, shape, or form, leave me a like. It helps more than you know. And if you want to see more rad new games every single day, then hit subscribe because I got tons to check out and show off. And if you want to see more of this, at some point, maybe I'll play it. I mean, heck, I'm between series on Wanderbots. Maybe I'll do something over there. Either that or I start doing roguelike series on this channel again more often. Just convincing the algorithm it's worth it to do so. Am I being attacked by headless horses? That's fun. Yep, that's just a headless horse just blitzing around. Ow. Alright, well, anyway. I guess with all of that said, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Sorry, it's really hard to tear myself away from these games.